Have a nice day, children. Today our lesson is Unit 1 Economics, Tax and its Importance. Modern governments have a wider variety of sources of revenue. The principal sources of the revenue are taxes, fees, prices, special assessment. Like any other country, taxes form the most important part of revenue of India. So for the welfare of the society, the government has to perform various functions, so it requires revenue. Taxation is the term for when a taxing authority, usually a government, levies or imposes a tax. The term taxation applies to all types of involuntary levies, from income to capital gains to estate taxes. Though taxation can be a noun or verb, it is usually referred to as an act. The resulting revenue is usually called taxes. What is taxes? Taxes are compulsory payments to the government without expectations of direct or return or benefit to the taxpayers. According to Professor Seligman, taxes are defined as a compulsory contribution from a person to the government to defray the expenses incurred in the common interest of all without reference to special benefits conferred. Why are taxes imposed? Everybody is obliged by law to pay taxes. Total tax money goes to government exchequer. The government decides how are taxes to be spent and how the budget is to be organized. Tax payment is not optional. An individual has to pay tax if any income comes under the income tax slab. It is a duty of every citizen to pay taxes. More collections of tax allows the government to implement more and more welfare schemes. Principle of taxation. Adam Smith's principles or canons of taxation still form the basis of the tax structure of a modern state. That is, canon of equality, canon of certainty, canon of convenience, and canon of economy. Let's see about each one. Canon of equality. The government should impose taxes in such a way that people have to pay according to their ability. It does not mean equal amount of tax, but it means that the burden of a tax must be fair and just. Canon of certainty. Certainty creates confidence in the taxpayers' cost of collection of taxes and increases economic welfare because it tends to avoid all economic waste. Canon of convenience. Taxes should be levied and collected in such a manner that it provides a maximum of convenience to the taxpayers. It should always be kept in view that the taxpayers suffer the least inconvenience in payment of the tax. Canon of economy. Minimum possible money should be spent in the collection of taxes. Collected amount should be deposited in the government treasury. Let's see about taxation types. There are three types, that is proportional tax, progressive tax, regressive tax. What is proportional taxation? This method, where the rate of tax is same regardless the size of the income. The tax amount realized will vary in the same proportion as that of income. If, for example, if tax rate is 5% on income and Mr. X gets an income of rupees 1000, he will pay rupees 50. Mr. B gets an income rupees 5000, he will pay tax of rupees 50. In short, proportional tax leaves the relative financial status of taxed personal unchanged. Okay, we will see here progressive taxation and regressive taxation. Progressive taxation is a method by which the rate of tax will also increase with the increase of income of the person. If a person with rupees 1000 income per annum pays of tax of 10%, that is rupees 100. A person with an income of rupees 10,000 per annum pays a tax of 25%, that is rupees 2500. And a person with the income of 1 lakh per annum pays the tax of 50%, that is rupees 50,000. Regressive taxation. It is in opposition to a progressive tax. That is, a regressive tax is a tax applied uniformly, taking a larger percentage of income from low income earners than from high income earners. Let's see about the importance of tax. Without taxes, governments would be unable to meet the demands of their societies. Taxes are crucial because governments collect this money and use it to finance under the following social projects, that is health, education, governance, infrastructure development. Let's see about one by one. Health. Without taxes, government contributions to the health sector would be impossible. Taxes go to funding health services such as social health care, medical research, social security, etc. Education. Education could be one of the most deserving recipients of tax money. Governments put a lot of importance in the development of human capital, and education is central in this development. Governance. Governance is a crucial component in the smooth running of country affairs. Poor governance would have far-reaching ramifications on the entire country with a heavy toll on its economic growth. Good governance ensures that the money collected is utilized in a manner that benefits citizens of the country. Other important sectors are infrastructure development, transport, housing, etc. Apart from social projects, governments also use money collected from taxes to fund sectors that are crucial for the well-being of their citizens, such as security, scientific research, environmental protection, etc. Some of the money is also channeled to fund projects such as pensions, unemployment benefits, child care, etc. Taxes can affect the state of economic growth of a country. Taxes generally contribute to the gross domestic product of a country. Let's see about the types of taxes. In modern times, taxes are classified into two types. There are direct tax and indirect tax. What is the direct tax? Direct tax is paid directly by an individual or organization to imposing entity. A taxpayer, for example, pays direct taxes to the government for different purposes, including real property tax, personal property tax, income tax, or taxes or on assets. Other examples of direct taxes are corporation tax. That is, it is levied on profit of corporations and companies. It is charged on royalties, interests, gains from sale of capital assets located in India, fees for technical services, and dividends. Wealth tax. It is imposed on property of individuals depending upon the value of property. The same property will be taxed every year on its current market value. Next, gift tax. It is paid to the government by the recipient of gift depending on value of gift. Then, estate duty. It is charged from successor of inherited property. It is not desirable to avoid payment of taxes. They are levied directly on income and property of persons who pay directly to the government. Let's see about the indirect tax. On the other hand, when liability to pay a tax is on one person and the burden of the tax shifts on some other person, this type of tax is called an indirect tax. Indirect tax is a tax whose burden can be shifted to others. For example, service tax. It is raised on provision of service. This tax is collected from the service recipient and paid to the central government. Next, sales tax or VAT, VAT, value added tax. It is an indirect tax on sale of goods because the liability to collect tax is that of shopkeeper, but the burden of the tax falls on the customer. The shopkeeper realizes the tax amount from the customer by including it in the price of the commodity that he sells. Excise duty. It is paid by the producer of goods who recovers it from wholesalers and retailers. This tax in India is levied by the central government. Entertainment tax. The state governments charge such tax on every transaction related to entertainment. Some examples are movie tickets, video game, arcades, stage shows, exhibitions, amusement parks, and sports related activities. Goods and Service Tax (GST). This tax is applied on services and goods at a national level with the purpose of achieving overall economic growth. GST is particularly designed to replace the indirect taxes imposed on goods and services by the central and state. Toll tax and road tax. Toll tax is a tax we often pay to use any form of infrastructure developed by the government, example, roads and bridges. The tax amount levied is rather negligible, which is used for maintenance and basic upkeep of a particular project. Swachh Bharat cess. This is a cess imposed by the Government of India and was started from 15th November 2015. This tax is applicable on all taxable services and the cess currently stands at 0.5%. Swachh Bharat cess is levied over and above the 14% service tax that is prevalent in the present times. Let's see about the difference between direct and indirect tax. Under the direct tax, burden cannot be shifted by taxpayers. Taxes imposed on personal income and corporate income. Direct tax has no inflation pressure. The impact and incidence are the same in case of direct tax. Direct tax is less elastic. Under the indirect tax, easily be shifted to another person. Taxes imposed on various goods and services. This tax has inflation pressure. The impact and incidence are different in case of indirect tax. This is more elastic. Okay, why need for tax and people's welfare? The levying of taxes aims to raise revenue to fund governing. It helps alter prices in order to balance the effect of demand. States and their functional equivalents throughout history have used money provided by taxation to carry out many functions. Some of these include expenditures on economic infrastructure like transportation, sanitation, public safety, education, healthcare system, military, scientific research, culture and arts, public works, public insurance, etc. A government's ability to raise taxes is called its fiscal capacity. When expenditures exceed tax revenue, a government accumulates debt. A portion of taxes may be used to serve past debts. Governments also use taxes to fund welfare and public services. These services can include education systems, pensions for the elderly, unemployment benefits, and public transportation. Energy, water, and waste management system are also common public utilities. According to the proponents of the list theory of money creation, taxes are not needed for government revenue as long as the government in question is able to issue flat money. The purpose of taxation is to maintain the stability of the currency, express public policy regarding the distribution of wealth, subsidizing certain industries or population groups, or isolating the costs of certain benefits such as highways or social security. Okay, let's see the book back question and answer. I hope you had understand this lesson. You learn book back question and answer. Take care of you. Thank you, ma.